The truth is, we can't predict the future. Economic shifts, market changes, global uncertainty, they're all outside of our control. But here's the thing. Smart CEOs don't operate from fear. They operate from foresight. You may not be able to control the economy, but you absolutely can prepare your business to weather whatever comes and even thrive while others are just trying to survive. Welcome back to another episode of The Cozy CEO. Well, hey there. I'm Kimberly Ferguson, CEO and founder of The Emerald Edge. I'm so happy that you're here. The Emerald Corner is a place where owning a business means building a life you love, not sacrificing one. Today, we're walking through how to recession-proof your service-based business, not by panicking or slashing everything to the bone, but by building resilience, strategy, and true financial strength. Let's dive in. So you may be asking, things are looking good, so why does this matter now? Well, let's be clear. There is no sign of an impending recession. But if the last few years have taught us anything, it's this. Waiting until you're in a crisis to plan is already too late.
Did you not plan for this contingency?
No.
Strong businesses prepare when things are good so that they can stay strong when things get hard. Think of it like this. When you're building a house, you don't wait for the storm to install a strong foundation. You lay it early because you know that storms will come. It's just a matter of when. And a quick mindset shift here. Real money is often made during recessions. When other people are selling to keep more money in their pockets, those prices of stock and other valuables are declining. So while others panic, if you're set up properly, you'll have the cash available to seize great opportunities that may arise with these dramatic price drops.
We got a lot of cash.
And when the economy shifts back up, as it inevitably will, you'll be set up to make a killing as you watch those price increases to where they were before and even higher. So what can you do to start building a business that thrives no matter what's happening in the economy? Well, here are 5 ways to recession-proof your business starting today. Number 1 is know your numbers like never before. In uncertain times, vague awareness isn't enough. You need real, crystal clear insights into your financials. What are your true profit margins by service line? What expenses could you trim if needed without harming your long-term growth? And what's your monthly break-even point? When you know your numbers deeply, you can pivot faster, cut smarter, and invest more confidently. And if you're listening in on this video thinking, you're not even sure if your financials are accurate, well, keep listening even closer. We recently had a client who thought their business had grown from 23 to 24. And in fact, they had told me that they didn't grow from 2022 to 2023. They had stayed the same. They had more money in the bank. They were not as worried about meeting payroll every other week. And they felt like their shop was busier than ever. So they definitely grew in 2024, right? Well, bad news is that they were completely wrong. They were operating fully on instinct, and they didn't even have bookkeeping to prove or reject their position. So we pulled together the financial data from their tax returns, their sales reports, W-2s, and several other places to show them what their data truly looked like.
Look at this.
In their case, we learned that they actually made $7,000 more in 2024 than 2023. And for those of you who think that that might sound like a lot, to break it down, that's less than $1,000 per month more, or $583 to be exact. That's barely enough to cover a dinner date and drinks these days. Well, they thought it must have been the number of transactions they did then. Nope. They actually only did 8 more sales than the previous year. Again, to break that down, that's not even 1 additional sale per month. Their business was completely stagnant for 2 years in a row, and they had fooled themselves into believing that it was growing and doing well. Yikes. If you're curious about the financial health of your business, well, I have a free assessment for you on my website. I'll drop the link below if you'd like to check it out. So number 2 is build cash reserves now, not later. When the economy tightens, credit gets harder to access. So cash reserves become your best safety net. So how to build an emergency fund? Let's set aside a percentage of your monthly profit automatically. Get that money out of your account. You don't even need to see it. Aim for 3 to 6 months of operating expenses saved. And then allocate funds smartly. Don't just hoard cash. Think about where it can stabilize you the most. And another mini mindset shift here. Building cash reserves isn't pessimistic, it's powerful. Cash buys you time. Cash buys you flexibility. Cash buys you peace of mind.
In the money game, cash is king.
Think about how you'd feel losing your job if you had $10,000 or $50,000 in the bank to sustain you for a few months while you sort things out. Would you be upset? Absolutely. But would it be 1,000 times more terrifying if you had no savings at all? Yeah. Being prepared does not automatically equal being fearful. So number 3 is diversify your revenue streams. If your business relies heavily on one client, one product, or one service, you're vulnerable, even in the best economy. Think about how you can add clients, products, or services without creating a whole new business. You could identify upsell or cross-sell opportunities with existing clients that you already have. You could create smaller VIP services or recurring subscription models. You could also develop low overhead digital products, templates, or workshops. Even a little bit of diversification can create massive stability. It'll also help ensure your business doesn't completely flop if one of your lines of revenue falls off completely.
That makes sense.
Try to think of something you can implement that's more of a need than a want to create that job security that all business owners crave. Number 4 is to focus on client retention and relationships. When uncertainty rises, trust becomes your greatest asset. Instead of chasing the next new client, double down on the people who already believe in you. Make sure that you're communicating consistently, offering extra value when possible, and make sure that your clients feel seen, heard, and supported.
Hey, do you trust me?
Do I trust you? Strong client relationships create loyalty, and loyal clients keep your business stable when new sales slow down. And to comment on how rare a good client experience is, I recently met with a business owner who's created a business around this entire process. She actually helps business owners create the ideal customer experience. She looks through the lens of the customer and helps the CEO develop a great strategy for ensuring a great experience that leaves the customer wanting more and coming back for it. And then number 5 is don't cut strategy when times get tough. When fear sets in, the knee-jerk reaction is often to slash spending everywhere, including cutting advisors, strategists, and CFOs. But that's really when you need the strategic support the most. Working with a CFO during a downturn can help you forecast different economic scenarios and plan your moves, spot financial red flags early while you can still act, preserve profitability without gutting your future growth, and make smarter cash flow, hiring, and investment decisions overall. I recently worked with a client who was going through a really difficult time. They had spent more than 13 years in the red, with the latest year ending over $700,000 in the negative. This would be the ideal time to cut costs, right? But instead, they hired my firm. And not only were we able to quickly identify the problems within their business, but we helped them net cash flow positive within less than a month of working together. This goes to show the impact that a CFO can have on your business during tough times. We shouldn't really be a cost. We should be equating whatever you're paying in revenue or in some other form of savings for you to make it so that our cost of our services is nothing. But the cost without our services is substantial. Having someone on your side who can help identify when you should focus your time to make the biggest impact on your revenue, profits, and cash flow is impactful in the best of times, but it is the difference between open doors and closed doors in the worst. Remember, preparation is a form of peace. You don't have to live in fear of economic changes. You just have to prepare wisely. Building a recession-proof business doesn't mean cutting everything to the bone. It means knowing your numbers, building strong cash reserves, diversifying wisely, nurturing your client relationships, and staying strategic, especially when others are reacting emotionally. And here's the best part. Even if no recession comes, you'll still have a stronger, more profitable, more sustainable business than you did before.
Geez, I never thought about it that way.
Preparation isn't fear, it's leadership. It's ensuring the lifeblood of your business, cash flow. It's protecting your clients from losing your services when they need you the most. It's preserving your employees' livelihood during a downturn in the economy. And it's ensuring that your family is taken care of no matter what the state of the world. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Which of these 5 areas do you want to focus on first to strengthen your business? Drop it in the comments below. I'd love to cheer you on. And if you're curious about more one-on-one support, let's connect. I love getting to know other business owners and see how we could partner together to ensure your success. I'll drop the link below to schedule a free consult. Well, thank you so much for spending just a few minutes of your day with me today. I hope you have a fantastic day, and I'll see you in my next video.